welcome to Let's Pour Up. My name is Colina Bruce, and today I have a guest who is a native of Detroit but has been in Seattle for 4 years. She has gotten 4 holes in one. We'll talk about that so we get some clarity. And she is very, very passionate about advocating for women in sports, especially women of color. Please welcome Kayla.
Thank you so much.
How's it going?
It's going well.
Thanks for coming in today.
Yeah, I'm happy to be here.
Yes, tell me about 4 holes in one.
Yes. Okay. So, as some of you may or may not know, I'm a golfer. So I have been playing golf since I was 2 years old.
Oh my gosh.
And I played throughout high school. I played collegiately on a golf scholarship as well.
Period.
And just recently launched Girls on the Green,
Yes.
which is a nonprofit organization that creates a space for women of all backgrounds, all skill levels to connect and network and thrive through the game of golf. And so throughout my career, I've had 4 hole-in-ones.
Tell me about that. Like, that's like an achievement. That's like the
Yeah.
gold star in
Yeah.
golf. How does that happen?
Some people never get a
I
hole-in-one,
can't imagine.
that are really good golfers
Yeah.
and still never get one. So so when I was I want to say I was in high school, I got 2 within 3 weeks. It was insane. Really random.
It
just happens.
Good little span of weeks.
Yeah, it just happens. You never prepare. You
Yeah.
just hit a shot and then it goes in the hole.
What's the celebration look like?
So I've had it where I hit a shot and I get up to the green, and my very first one, actually, I hit the shot and I was like, okay, that felt like a good shot. I got up to the green, I didn't see my ball. So I'm thinking that okay, maybe I hit it over the green,
Yeah.
maybe I hit it left. I don't know what happened. And we looked in the hole and it was in the hole.
Yeah. And you're like, okay.
Yeah.
I did
that. And then the 4th one that I got was actually in competition. I played at the University of Mobile down in Alabama.
Mm-hmm.
So your whole group celebrates with you, and
Yeah.
it's a really special
That's
moment. You
awesome.
keep the golf ball.
Yeah. You get the game ball.
Yeah.
Okay, you can tell clearly I'm not a golfer because I think I said holes in one instead of hole in ones.
That's okay.
So, I'm learning. You'll have to bear with me.
Yes,
Give me
we're
some
working
grace.
on it.
Okay, well, we always start with the moment of meaning. My dad is a huge golfer.
Yes.
And so I called him and asked him for a quote.
Okay.
And so I'm going to ask you to respond to it.
Okay.
So the quote he gave me was, "Golf is like a frustrating walk in the park." Have you heard that quote before?
I have definitely heard that.
And how do you feel about it?
Golf is extremely hard and has definitely given me a lot of the gray hairs that I have.
I don't see it. You look amazing.
Yeah, golf is challenging, but extremely fun and, so special for people to learn the sport and be able to connect with, other people through golf.
For sure. So you got into golf when you were 2.
Mm-hmm.
How does that happen?
Yeah. So my dad started both my brother and I out when we were 2 years old. He is 2 years older than me. So put a club in our hands, and from toddlers just going to the range and hitting golf balls, and when we were old enough to be put into tournaments, we competed and at the junior level, and it was just a family thing, honestly.
Yeah,
my mom
really cool.
played as well.
Oh, that's awesome.
So yeah, it was really a family thing, and going on vacations, and it was always around golf.
Yeah.
So it's been a huge part of my life and my family and all of that. So,
and I know my dad, he always encouraged golfing, not only as just a fun kind of way to practice discipline, but also he's always been an advocate for the networking that happens on the golf course. Do you find that to be true?
Yeah, 100%. So, now being, in corporate America and being a professional, golf is, something that really has been able to connect me with other people in that space where I may not have connected with them otherwise. And so like in my previous role, I'm in the automotive industry, and, you know, being able to like take out some of my, you know, clients and go to the golf course and like really build that rapport and build that trust has, you know, helped with just business.
Absolutely,
And
yeah.
so,
Everybody ain't able. I know I couldn't take nobody out to the golf course. They'd be like, girl.
You can learn.
I mean,
can
you
learn.
know, I'm curious about it. I have friends that have like a black golfing group, and so they will plan things on a Friday night and go just like to the driving range and stuff like that. I'm probably more like a top golf girly for now, you know, but
okay.
I need to get some practice in.
Yeah, I think that golf is, you know, over the last few years, I think it's become more popular in the Black community. And so I'm loving that, and loving that there are more, you know, there's more diversity in the sport, where I think when I was growing up, it was like, you know, oh, you play golf? Like,
right, absolutely, yeah.
You know, it wasn't cool.
It was
like
taboo,
it wasn't cool.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
tell me about Detroit.
Yes. So born in Detroit.
Okay.
Grew up in the suburb, like outside of Detroit. But all the way through, I mean, high school, obviously, I graduated from Plymouth High School.
Okay.
And then went off to college to Alabama, and then actually came back to Detroit after I graduated for just a year and a half. And I always knew I wanted to leave. I don't know. I think the winter and like just, I just wanted to see more. Like if you know, you know.
Right,
like,
right.
People that people that are from Detroit, I feel like a lot of people end up leaving and moving away. And I don't know whether that's just the weather or just maybe the opportunities. But I would say now, being an adult and living in Seattle, I have such a deep appreciation for my hometown and like how it's transformed over, you know, the last, I don't know, 5 to 10 years. Yeah. Like Detroit is popping. Yeah. So very proud of, you know, where I come from, and my family is there. So yeah,
that's cool. And what brought you to Seattle?
Yes. So I moved out here in 2020, like right in the middle of the pandemic. June of 2020.
That's a rough time.
Yes. Okay. Yes. So I was working for a previous company that moved me out here. Okay. So yeah.
You love the relocation.
Needed that. Yeah. I was living in Dallas right before that. And so for a short period of time, and then got essentially like placed in Seattle for a rotation of the program that I was in. Okay. So yeah, had never been out here prior to moving.
Did you have any apprehension, or were you excited, or mixture?
I think around that time, like everybody around that time in 2020, like we didn't know what was going to happen. Right. Yeah. You know, we just didn't know what the future looked like.
Yeah. There was so much uncertainty. Yeah. We thought we were going to, you know, go home for a couple of days and go back to work.
Exactly. Yeah. So it was different. And when I moved out here, I mean, everything was like completely shut down for the most part. Yeah. So I didn't get the opportunity to really, you know, explore and like see the city as much as I would have wanted to if it were like now. Yeah. But I love Seattle. Like,
so, yeah. Okay. What do you love about Seattle?
I think that just the fact that, you know, there are a lot of transplants here, right? And I'm a transplant, obviously. But even with that, like, there is such a strong community of Black people here. Yeah. And I think that there's so many opportunities to really thrive as Black people because we are, you know, such a minority here in Seattle. So I appreciate that.
That's dope. What I was going to ask was, how did you find your tribe here? Like being new and everything shut down, like that sounds like it could be just a difficult transition in itself.
Yeah, totally. So moving out here, I didn't have any friends that lived out here. Like I knew a couple people, but like we weren't like friends, you know what I mean? But I think social media helped a lot.
Okay.
Like, following certain groups and promoters and things like that, getting out. I mean, I was single at the time. And so once things started to open up, started to kind of go out and explore a little bit. I got connected with one of my best friends now, whose name is Kayla. She moved out here around the same time as I did from Wisconsin.
Okay.
And so we had a mutual friend that was like, hey, she just moved out here and you guys should connect. And so we connected, and like, I'm literally in her wedding in 2 months.
Oh my God,
so,
that's amazing.
So yeah, we were able to kind of go through that journey together and, meet friends, and the friends that she made, I met, and the friends that I made, she met. So that's been really cool.
And you were a single woman, and you are no longer.
No longer. I'm off.
You're off the market.
I'm off the market.
What was dating like during the pandemic?
Yeah, that's a great question.
I'm curious.
Dating in Seattle is different.
I've heard.
Yeah. Dating in Seattle is definitely different. Culturally different.
Yeah.
I think that, it all just depends on what you're attracted to. And so for me, like, I'm attracted to Black men, right? And so, like, trying to, at the time, right, trying to find someone that, like, kind of checks this box and, has a job and has a car, right? And, like,
those are two things that sometimes people in Seattle, people don't place priority on cars in Seattle because we're so easily transit lines are so easily accessible. So that if that's a priority, that's something that may be a little challenging.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, I think that, let's see, I've been in a relationship now going on 2 years. So for 2 years that I was living out here single and dating and, trying to figure that out. I'm happy where I'm at. Good. Very much in love. Ooh. And glad that I'm not outside anymore.
Do we see a ring in the future?
Hopefully. We'll have
manifesting
to see.
it. We're manifesting
We'll have
it.
to see.
Okay. All right. Okay. So tell me about Girls on the Green.
Yes. So Girls on the Green is a network for women here in Seattle to connect, network, thrive, through golf. And I will be hosting a series of like exclusive events and mixers and golf clinics, and really just wanting to create a space to provide community in Seattle, but around golf. And so that's obviously something that I'm extremely passionate about, and we just had our launch event.
It was amazing.
Last month.
Yes, congratulations.
So, yes,
you did
thank
that.
you.
Yeah.
Thank you for being part of it.
Of course, yeah. And, at the launch event, we kind of reminisced on how we just met recently at through a mutual friend at a party. And we started to talk about different things that were happening in our lives.
For sure.
And when I learned about Girls on the Green, I was like, oh, that's super dope. Like whenever you need Norlex, we're there. So thank you for, taking us up on that, but also like, congratulations. Like, it was an amazing turnout, especially for something that, it's I'm sure it's gratifying to see like this dream come to fruition and to see people be in the room to celebrate that with you. Yeah.
It was a really special night, and, to just really focus on like women empowerment and fill a room like that. I mean, probably half of the room was introduced to golf for the first time.
Yeah.
And like, I even have chills right now because I grew up and being like the only Black person like on my golf team in high school, the only Black person on my golf team in college. Like I have always been, the minority through golf. And so to fill that room with Girls on the Green and have so many people that look like me, and Asian women and Native American women and Hispanic women and Caucasian women, like it was really cool. It was really special.
I would say one thing that I observed, first of all, the girlies, the fashion was fashioning.
Yes.
The golf fashion was on par. Get that?
I love that.
Okay. But also I noticed that it was a range of, ages and backgrounds and influences for being in the room. Maybe somebody heard about it and they brought a friend, or there were avid golfers. So I think that kind of speaks to the access that golf can create. And we talked about networking and things like that, but just in general, like, what sort of value do you see that golf could, hold for women of color?
Yeah. I think that, golf is a sport, right? There's this, like, it has this upper echelon of, it's really classy. It's a game that's built on, like, etiquette, and it's a sport where it really does welcome anybody, any age. I mean, there's people that play up until they're 100 years old, and so, but specifically for Black women, I think the power of networking, being able to meet other people, to find, I mean, if you're looking for a husband, go to the golf course.
Come on.
But not even just that. Like, I think that, like I mentioned, how it's helped me professionally. I think that that's super important. Like, if you even can just get around, and no one says you have to be perfect. There's a lot of people that have been playing for years that are not great golfers. Yeah. But just being in the room, absolutely, is important.
For sure. Cool. So with that, I know you are, you're running an empire, you're working full time. You were just saying you just got back from a conference for work. Yeah. You look amazing.
Thank you.
How are you practicing work-life balance, or just like taking time for self-care?
Yeah, I'm learning.
Yeah.
I'm a senior account manager at Amazon.
Okay.
I now have a nonprofit organization. I am in a relationship. Yeah. I am, I have friends, I have family, right? So it's definitely a lot to balance. And so trying to find that time to really prioritize myself and take care of myself through all of that has been, like, I'm trying to learn that, honestly. Yeah. So I was going to actually ask you how you balance.
Girl, I light a candle. It's like, no. This is a conversation that I pretty much have with every guest around, like, what does self-care look like? And I think, 90% of the time we all say, like, it is a work in progress. Yeah. We're all trying. I would say for myself, it is important to try to be intentional. Not even try, to be intentional. Yeah. About taking time for yourself, whatever that looks like.
That's good.
It might be a walk around the block. It might be, taking a nap, which I'm trying to practice.
Yes.
I know I went on a trip to South Carolina to see one of my best friends and my godson. And when I got there, I was like, I need to take a nap.
Yeah.
And I can't even remember the last time that I took a nap, and I woke up just feeling like, refreshed. Wow, I was refreshed. Yes. I was ready to, go out.
But you probably felt guilty, though.
I did, because I was like, oh my gosh. Usually when I do try to take naps, I wake up and I'm like, there's an email I forgot to respond to. Or, I could be doing this or whatever. So I think just being intentional, it takes practice. Yes. It's not always going to be right. Yeah. But it has to be right for you.
For sure. Yeah. And, my boyfriend and I talk about this a lot, but, like, the power of saying no.
Yes.
Like,
oh my gosh.
Sometimes you can't do everything.
Yeah.
As much as you want to. Like, sometimes you just have to say no.
Yes.
And, like, it's going to be okay.
Yeah.
Because you need to prioritize yourself.
For sure.
And, have those check-ins with yourself about, like, okay, have I even had time to, like, go and get my nails done. Don't look at my nails.
Girl,
But you know what I
mean? Yeah.
Like,
it's a reality.
Yeah.
And I think that a lot of times we get in this habit of like, we have to do everything, or like if this opportunity comes up now, we have to take it because it may not come back.
Yes.
And really what you end up doing is just overextending yourself to the
Mhm.
point of not really being able to fulfill the obligations that
Exactly.
you've committed to.
Yeah.
And then now you look crazy,
Mhm.
you know? And so it's like, you know, you got to pick sometimes.
Yeah.
You got to choose yourself first sometimes and
Yeah.
say, you know what, like, what is my capacity?
Right.
Do I have the capacity
Right.
to do this?
Oh, I say that all the time. I say, I don't have the bandwidth for this right now.
Yeah.
Like, that is my go-to line. Like,
Yeah,
if
that's
someone's
good.
trying to get me to do something that I just know I can't commit to, I'm so sorry, but I really don't have the bandwidth for that right now.
Yeah.
So let me get back with you
Yeah.
and see if, like, another time works, because life is moving fast.
Yeah.
Like, so much is happening, and, you know, I don't want to be so busy with other things to where I look up and, like, I haven't prioritized myself and my health and,
Yeah.
you know, all of that. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's absolutely right. And having the wherewithal to identify your bandwidth is
Mhm.
practicing self-care.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's important.
definitely.
All right, well, we're going to play a little game.
Okay, let's do it.
It is, I just found this little game online. It's golf trivia.
Oh,
And so
yikes.
we're going to see
Uh-oh.
how much you know about golf. Okay. And I don't know the answers, so,
Okay.
you know, but the answers are on here. I can
Okay,
scroll
okay.
down, but, you know, you're the expert. What do golfers shout when they warn other golfers when they hit a bad shot?
4.
That is correct. Golf clap. How many holes are there in a full round of golf?
18.
Okay, these are easy questions.
Yes.
Okay, how about this one? Tiger Woods became a professional golfer in what year?
Ooh, I was a baby. I want to say in, like, 1997.
Ooh.
Is that close?
96.
96.
You were right
literally
there.
the year I was born. Okay.
Yes. Okay. Finish this phrase. You drive for show, but putt for
Dough.
Oh, period. I like that one. Okay. Who was the first golfer to win the Masters tournament 2 years in a row?
Ooh. Was it Jack Nicklaus?
It was.
Ooh, okay.
You
Great.
come on. You are a golf baddie. What's the oldest golf course in the world?
I think that it's in Scotland, and I don't remember the name of it.
Okay, I don't know. This says the old course at St. Andrews Links.
Yeah, I should have known that. Yeah.
Should you
I
have?
think that is in Scotland. Actually.
Okay. In what tournament did Tiger Woods first win in his professional career?
Oh boy.
What was the name of the tournament? This one seems like a tricky one.
Yeah, no, this is tricky. Was it the British Open?
It was not. It was the 1996 Las Vegas Invitational.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, we'll do a couple more.
He's won so many.
He
won
has, but it sounds like he won in his first
8 times.
At what age did Jack Nicklaus first play his first 9 holes?
Probably 4 years old.
He was 10.
Was he
So
10?
you got started before he did.
Yeah.
Period. All right. Let me see. There's a couple more. What hand does Phil Mickelson play with?
He's left-handed.
He's a lefty. That is correct. What king of golf lent his name to a mixture of iced tea and lemonade? Oh, I know this
Arnold
one.
Palmer.
Okay, I know that one. Okay, I'm going to give you one more. How many championships does Gary Player have?
I definitely don't know that, but I'm going to guess. Let's say 18.
9.
9. Okay.
Half of that. Okay, let's do one more. When did the World Golf Hall start? What is that?
The World Golf Hall? Like the Hall of Fame?
I guess.
1975?
1998.
Okay.
Okay, one more. Which famous golfer beat Tiger Woods in the 2005 Tour Championship?
Um, Yikes. I was what, like 9 years old?
I'll give you a hint.
Okay.
He shares a last name with the basketball player
Ooh.
that has passed away.
Ooh. Okay. Okay. So I know Kobe Bryant. But I don't know the golfer.
Bart Bryant.
Bart Bryant. I have literally never heard of him.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, you still know way more about golf than many do.
Yes, that was fun.
Are there any fun facts about golf that you just like randomly know?
I mean, how many? Let's see. Do you know how many golf clubs like fit in a golf bag? Like, what's the number that you're allowed?
Oh, that you're allowed?
There's a limit.
Oh, okay. So there's a limit to how many clubs you can take.
Correct.
12?
Close.
What is it?
14.
14.
Yeah, it's 14.
Okay, you can put 14 in a bag.
Mm-hmm.
How many clubs do you actually really use during a game?
Probably all of them.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you have to be like, I mean,
they're all based on
the way you're gonna
yardages
hit.
and your putter is obviously on the green and your driver is off the tee box. So
okay.
Mm-hmm.
so much about golf.
There is a lot. There's rules. There's there's an entire like rule book. It's intense.
Okay.
And the rule book changes too.
Oh.
So
what
like every few years, I think.
Okay, like different things that people have complained about.
So like penalties.
Okay, yeah.
And like let's say you hit the golf ball in the trees and you used to have 5 minutes to look for your golf ball in the trees.
Wow. Okay.
Now you only have 3 minutes.
Oh.
So it's changed.
So it's just
to
wrap,
keep up with like the pace of play.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, there are a lot of rules and guidelines and yeah.
Okay, so if you could use golf as a metaphor for life,
yeah,
what would it be?
Just keep swinging.
Ooh, come on off the cuffs. Just keep swinging. Yes. All right. So we have a segment called A Win is a Win.
Okay.
And it is where I'll just ask you to share about a time that you've experienced, a success that you're really proud of, or a challenge that you overcame that you're proud of, or just anything that, you want to share.
Okay.
Anything you can think of?
Yeah. So I'm thinking of like securing. Okay, so for those that don't know, I've been at Amazon now for 5 months.
Mm-hmm.
And if you know, the interview process is crazy. Like I literally went through, I think 7 total interviews.
Oh, wow.
And so going into this and like seeing the role and preparing for the interview, I was like, okay, Kayla, like you got to prepare, you got to learn, all these, principles and leadership principles, and you have to, memorize this and interviewing is hard. Like interviewing is hard. But once I like got the job and got there and made it, like just the level of like, I was just so proud of myself, but also knowing that like, okay, this is where I'm meant to be. This is where I'm supposed to be.
Yeah.
And just, the future is so bright. So.
For sure. That's awesome. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Interview process in general is not easy, but to go through 7 interviews, or at least 7 steps, I would, not everybody can do that. Being at Amazon is a huge accomplishment in itself, and many folks would love to have that opportunity. What sort of advice would you give for someone who is seeking, to be at one of those companies in Seattle or at Amazon?
I think that the most important part is definitely your resume, but also your LinkedIn. Like this conference that I was just at this week called Dreamforce in San Francisco. It's like an AI tech conference. And I attended this session that was called, you know, protecting your brand or building your brand for Black professionals. And so one of the speakers talked about like LinkedIn and really like putting everything that you do on LinkedIn, like whether you are a content creator or, you know, if you do music or if you, you know, everything that you're skilled in, put that on there. And that's something that I've done. Like I volunteer with a couple of different organizations locally, and that's definitely on my resume, on my LinkedIn, and Girls on the Green is now on my LinkedIn. So I think it's important for people in the professional world to know, like, they want to know who you are outside of just, you know, what your resume says for, you know, your skill set. Like they want to know you as a person. And I think that that's really important.
So hiring managers are looking at your LinkedIn.
Oh, yes.
And what are they looking for? Are they looking for your, like, I know I'm not somebody who uses LinkedIn avidly, but I know, you know, you can put your resume, you can put your experiences, you can post about things. Are they looking at those sorts of things? What are you engaging in?
Yeah, I think that they're looking at your skills. You can put your skills on there. Like other, you know, professionals that you've worked with can endorse your skills.
Okay.
And basically say like, yes, Kayla has, you know, leadership as, you know, a skill set, right? Or she's really strong in customer service or whatever, right?
Yeah.
So I think that is important. But also, I mean, obviously like the history of, you know, your career, your professional career, the other places you've worked, kind of make sure that, you know, that aligns with your resume and, you know,
What about the connections? Does that?
I mean, I say like try to connect with as many people as you can. I think, I mean, naturally, like if you're using LinkedIn often, you're just going to continue to build your connections and like going to networking events and things like that. Like connect with people. Hey, are you on LinkedIn? Like, hey, let's connect on there.
Yeah.
I've gotten into the habit of doing that more than like, hey, what's your Instagram? Because I don't know, like I'm private on Instagram. I like to, you know, allow people to follow me that I actually know and am friends with versus just having like any and everybody.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, here's my LinkedIn. Like, you know, I post here occasionally, you know.
Cool. Awesome. Anything else that you, especially for someone who's a person of color that's seeking these sorts of opportunities, are there particular ways that they can engage with folks at Amazon or?
Yeah. I mean, Amazon has, you know, the Black Employees Network, and I know that they have a lot of initiatives to, you know, hire and retain Black employees. And so, you know, I think really, reaching out to people, you know, even if you're on LinkedIn, you're like, okay, this person works at Amazon, like shoot them a message, right? Like so funny, on my way here, someone had messaged me on Slack and was like, hey, I don't know if you remember me, but thank you so much for like the feedback that you gave me like while he was interviewing.
Oh, wow.
And he just asked me, like, hey, how do you like it? Like, what are your thoughts on this? And, you know, I gave him feedback, and he's hired and now he's there, and he just reached out to say thank you. So I thought that was so cool. Reach out to someone. You know, it's like I said, the interview process is challenging. So the more resources you have and the connections that you can make is important.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Cool. On that note, I want to just give a shameless plug. One of my good friends, Heather, is hosting Black Women in STEM.
Yes.
It is at the end of October.
Yes, I just saw that.
Okay. Well,
That's
one
exciting.
of our good friends, I should say.
Yes.
And so I've done, you know, I've been a part of that in various ways, but I'm very, very proud. It's going to be at Seattle University this year. And yeah, we're trying to get all the women of color in STEM and tech, young ladies, high schoolers, all of that. So folks, if you know anybody who's interested in meeting, connecting, learning more about STEM, tech, all those things, the top ladies of color in the industry will be there.
Yes. Yeah. I look forward to attending.
Yeah,
I think that'll be really good.
Yeah. All right. Well, we have come to the end of our show, and we always end with the pour up, which is pouring into ourselves.
Okay.
And so I am going to ask you to create some affirmations.
Sounds good.
I'm going to just read a prompt, and you can respond to it out loud. So I am
capable.
And I want you to say, I am capable.
Okay.
Let's do it again. Okay. I am
capable.
I welcome
peace.
Ooh. I deserve
everything.
Yeah. I choose
me.
Yeah. I believe
in hold on. Let me start that. I believe in community.
Yeah. I trust
God.
Yes. I know
myself.
I feel
strong.
I create
meaningful relationships.
Yeah. I love
life.
I am
powerful.
How did that feel?
I felt good.
Good.
I don't do that enough.
I was going to ask, do you practice affirmations at all?
I don't do that enough.
Okay,
and
well, take some time. More. Another way to practice self-care.
Yeah.
Affirm yourself.
Yes.
Affirm somebody.
Yes.
You know, in your life.
That was good.
Because they may not do it as often either.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's how we practice pouring up.
I definitely will be doing that more. Thank you so much.
Of course. Yes. Well, thank you for being here.
Yes.
How can the people find you?
You can find me on LinkedIn.
Okay.
You can find me on LinkedIn at Kayla Whatley. I am also on Instagram, Kayla Whatley.
Okay.
And then you can follow Girls on the Green at Girls on the Green GN, which is for Golf Network. So.
And what's next for Girls on the Green?
Yeah. So we have a Girls on the Green golf clinic, Intro to Golf.
Okay.
That is on October 13th at Evergreen Golf Club in Redmond.
Okay.
And there are like a couple spots left.
Oh.
So head to the link in the Girls on the Green bio for that. And then I am, putting some things together, kind of looking at, next year and trying to see kind of how I can plan another event and things like that. But, going into the busy season, the holidays and things like that, I don't know if I have the bandwidth to do another large event, but we'll see. We'll see.
Awesome.
So,
well, you got some partners out here. Lean on us.
Yes.
And, also, it's okay to say no.
Yeah. 100%.
Thank you again for being here.
Thank you so much.
Yes, of course.
I love this.
Yeah.
I appreciate you.
Of course. Likewise.
Yes.
Thank y'all for tuning in, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Sounds good.
Bye.